Welcome, Joshua Shank. You are the Choralosophy podcast hot seat on this installment of Composer Exposure. We are going to expose you to the world of choral music today in a new, personal way. Are you ready?
I am ready to expose myself, yes.
Okay, good. All right, first question in these rapid fire round. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is people who walk slow on the sidewalk.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is annoying. If you were not in the choral music industry, what would you be doing?
I think I would be a teacher of some sort.
You pick a subject.
Can't be music. Then either history or English.
Oh, okay. That's how I would answer too. I love that. If you could have any three people, dead or alive, over for dinner, and it has to be in one dinner party, who would they be?
Hunter S. Thompson, Walt Whitman, and FDR.
Okay, so a history and English party. You'd have a literature and history party. I like it. Okay, so this is where it gets weird. What are your opinions about Garden Gnomes?
Well, I don't really mind them. I have a really charming Midwestern aunt who, for the longest time, her kids told her that if you saw them in someone's garden, that meant that swingers lived at that house. So she
Really?
told everybody in the family, and she was really had a lot of sort of anxiety about it. So when she retired, I went to a garden store and I got her a garden gnome to put in her garden, just to sort of freak her out a little bit. And
That is hilarious. Okay, so you've been given an elephant. You can't give away or sell the elephant. What do you do with the elephant?
you can't give it away or you can't sell it. I suppose I would put it to work building probably roads in areas that need them to get water or medication to them and places that desperately need them.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, a biological tractor.
Any tattoos?
I have two tattoos. They're both abbreviations of cities. Down the back of my arm, I have MPLS, which stands for Minneapolis, which is where I come from. It's a city that gave me a lot of joy and a lot of support over the years. And then my other tattoo is right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It says ATX, which is Austin, Texas. This is where I lived for 8 years and got my doctorate and found a spouse and found happiness.
So your body is becoming kind of a map story of your life, in a sense.
Yeah, and I never know what I want to put on there next.
Okay, all right, great. One more. Name a book that you read that has positively shaped your life.
I've been reading the Robert Caro biographies of LBJ recently.
Okay.
And, you know, say what you will about LBJ's term as a president and the things that he got us into and out of and all that stuff. But the way that LBJ number one, the way that LBJ lived his life and got himself out of poverty and then went to a war on poverty.
You really like history.
I don't read fiction.
Okay.
It's not that I don't like it, but I haven't read fiction in a very, very long time. That might be residue from grad school. Like it just sort of wrung all the pleasure reading out of me.
Right.
Although I'm sort of dipping back into some pleasure reading.
Awesome. Well, you survived the rapid fire round. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Next question. You've got quite a bit of music on Graphite. I noticed. Could you tell us let's say there's a piece that you have on there that you feel like more people should know about because you're really excited about it, and you could tell us about one piece that you've got on Graphite. What would that be?
I've been sort of trying to figure out how to get the rights to Khalil Gibran's wonderful book of poetry called The Prophet. And specifically, there's one called On Children. And I wrote this piece for the Minnesota All-State Choir a while back, and it's called Your Children Are Not Your Children. I was trying to think about what this piece was about, because it was going to be, 100 students. It's the mixed choir, SATB. Most of their teachers, right? And then their parents and family that were going to be in the audience. So I found this text, and it's all about the stewardship of raising a child. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Each phrase, as it builds up one word at a time. Your children are. Your children are not. Your children are not your children. And it sounds like an intellectual kind of gimmick a little bit, but it sort of yields this beautiful growth of the musical phrase over time. and it's nurtured into this sort of full-fledged fortissimo at the end.
That's exciting. Any guesses on when it'll be like somebody could go online and get it?
It became available about 2.5 weeks ago,
Oh,
so
so it's on.
it's
It's on there now.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay, great.
hot off the presses, so to speak.
Awesome, awesome. Anything you've got kind of cooking up next that you're really excited about? Do you have any projects that you're working on?
I'm working on a piece with a new text from a poet. We're collaborating on the concept of Rachel Carson's landmark book about the environmental movement from the 60s. It's called Silent Spring.
Mhm.
And it's for the University of Minnesota Morris campus. They're going to take it on tour to Peru. And the title of Carson's book has to do with the fact that if we don't take care of our environment, we'll have a silent spring. No birds will offer their song. And so this poet and I sort of took a broader look at what are the animals that sing, and what would happen if we let those songs be stolen from us. So the mother whale sings a song to her tiny child who is trapped in a fisherman's careless hands.
Well, that sounds really exciting too. Is that going to be an extended work?
That'll be a single song,
Oh, okay.
and the poet that I'm working with is a Spanish speaker, and the choir is taking it to Peru, so they're gonna sing it in Spanish. We're gonna sort of figure out, make sure that uh, it's Peruvian Spanish as opposed to
Right.
other sort of colloquial dialects of Spanish. But they're going to take that in the late spring, early summer next year. I'm very excited about that.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure everybody's excited to hear that. Well, thank you so much for coming on this segment. It's been really fun, and I will definitely be making sure that people know about your music on Graphite. I've done quite a few of your pieces from the website that are just really stunning and wonderful work, and my students and all the singers that I've had have loved it. So, encourage everybody to head over to graphitepublishing.com and check out Joshua's music. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much, Chris. Take care.